Hello and welcome, fellow commanders. General James Scanovich here, and today I'll just be talking about Magic Chess, specifically the heroes that weren't added there. So, since there were some heroes that weren't added in Magic Chess, I'll be speculating which heroes, no, not which heroes, I'll be speculating all of the heroes and what will be their potential roles, factions, and probably their abilities. Their quality, or also known as their gold cap, I might think about it soon, but for now I'm just going to tell you what I think will be the roles, which is like are they a fighter, are they summoners, or something like that. And then I'll also try to speculate what faction they'll be, like for example the elves or the western desert. I'll be covering mostly the current one, the ones we have, so there might not be any undead or the Scarlet Shadow. Then again, there's only 3 Scarlet Shadows, so I don't think that's necessary. Supports as well were also removed, but who knows, they'll be adding it back. Unfortunately though, they can't add all the heroes, since in an interview they said that if they want to add new content, they had to remove some of them, which is perfectly presented in the new Magic Chess update, the Season 1 update, where they removed the undead and the undead synergy and moved some of the heroes to the other synergies, like Kufra, for example. He used to be a undead wrestler, and now he is Western Desert wrestler. Sorry if I mixed the arrangement, but hey. So when it comes to the new heroes, I've listed some of the heroes that weren't added, but there were some added from Magic Chess, so I might so the heroes that are from Magic Chess, I might base it off in this speculation. Who knows? There might be some changes, like Selena, for example. She used to be a mage, assassin, and elf, and now she is an elf. Wait, let me look it up. She's just now a assassin elf, which is a bit of a nerf, but alright then. Okay, so first hero on my list here is Balmond. So his role is Weapon Master, which is the fighter synergy, because I've noticed that most of the weapon masters have obviously weapons in their hand. So like, let's say you have Terizla, he was just removed, but hey, he had a big hammer, Martis with his swords, and Tamos with his like double scythe, and so on. So the I think that's his only main role. I don't think there's any other roles he has. So the faction will be the Blood Demon synergy, which currently just composes of Carmilla and Sicilian. The reason why I thought of Blood Demon was if you read his story, like he's part of the Blood Demon tribe. So the other faction I decided to speculate with Balmond is Elf, because if you look at his design, he has elf ears, and if you also read his lore, his tribe of orcs, they mostly hunt for the moon elves, which is obviously the elf synergy. And if you look at the elf synergy, most of them are obviously elves, and some of them are, or I don't know, most of them are moon elves, which is a race in this lore. Anyway, the quality or the gold cost, I haven't thought of it yet. I might add it on the next Scanovich Talks video. And the ability I thought of is it can either be his ultimate or his passive, or both of them in the same ability, because there are some abilities in Magic Chess where they fuse a skill and their passive. An example I can think of is Esmeralda. Passively she gives people shields. So, and then her main ability or skill that she uses is her second skill, which does an AoE damage and gives everyone a shield. So in this case, the passive I thought of Balmond is his regular passive, where if he successfully kills a hero, he gets some health back. And the ability I thought of, it's either his second skill where he spins around for a bit, or it can be his ultimate where it can be really game changing when he uses it and he's able to destroy or kill some of the low health heroes. Though I don't think like it's everyone in the fan shaped area around him, maybe one or two, but it will be really OP if he's able to kill all low level heroes, all low health heroes in his fan shaped range. And yeah, so that's it for Balmond. He could be really good. Really, I mean, Blood Demon synergy is still quite new, and people are trying to implement it in their lineups or strategies. So next we have Nana. So Nana is, she's obviously a mage, but her secondary role is a bit difficult for me to figure out. She can either be a mage summoner, where because of Molina, she can also be a mage support because of her role in game, which is a support. She can also be a summoner support, which is very new, but since support is out of the Magic Chess game, so might as well be summoner mage. And her faction would be obviously an elf, because she's also part of the Moon Elves. The quality, still haven't thought about it. Her ability, I thought of, it's probably going to be her ultimate, because adding her current passive would be really OP. It's like Argus, but I mean, no, it's like a nerf to Argus's ult, where she just doesn't do anything. Or maybe she'll if they add her passive in Magic Chess, then maybe she'll turn into a small raccoon and then maybe run away from the fight, or try to run away from the hero that killed her, who knows. But my main speculation can be her ultimate, where instead of like the usual 3 AoE hits, it could be just 2, and then if the heroes get hit once, they'll get stunned, but they won't get stunned again if they get hit the second time. So the second is just for heroes in the back line, those that weren't able to get stunned by the first instance of the skill. Another passive I can think of Nana having is that item you get in game, where you transform a random hero, or the highest, was it the highest cost, or was it the highest hero that can deal damage to your team, into Molina. That can also be Nana's passive, but instead of dealing with instead of like the highest value hero, like it can just be any hero, a random hero to be exact. So yeah, so that's it for Nana. I mean, another summoner which can be really good. I mean, we already have 4 summoners, and summoners have been buffed recently, but since Nana doesn't have anything to summon, I just speculated her as a summoner because of Molina. So yeah, that's that. Next we have Clint. Clint, it will be obviously a marksman. Thinking about his faction is really tough. So I mean, since he's a cowboy and like desert, most of yeah. So I placed him in the Western Desert. Not really much. Like, even his lore doesn't explain anything about his relationship to the any faction of the his lore doesn't match with any factions in Magic Chess. But since I noticed his background was like westerny and stuff, so I just decided to put him in Western Desert. The ability I thought of is really, really nice. So the ability that Clint could have is his ultimate, but then after he uses his ultimate once, he can immediately do his passive, which will hit enemies like behind. So it's like a strike through attack, which is really good. A high burst of damage, especially like maybe it will be based off of his either like high physical attack, and especially if you get the marksman synergy, then there will be a really high crit, which would be really painful. So Layla appeared in Chess TD, and yeah, she was a marksman Yorditio, so I decided to give her the marksman Yorditio as well. The marksman is her role, and the Yorditio is her faction. So the ability I thought of was it can be either her ultimate or her passive. In Chess TD, the skill that they gave her was her passive, where she just has the longest basic attack range in all of the marksmen. The skill I thought of that she could have is, other than her passive, we can also add her ultimate, which will deal a burst damage in a line. So especially when she's far away, so it will deal even more damage the further she is from her targets. So yeah, there hasn't been any like marksman, like, I mean, they have the same range, but having Layla would be really good, especially giving her either celestial synergy or any attack speed items, plus or maybe a few physical items, which would be really good. But then she'll be a really high target for assassins, which might be good, might be bad, who knows. So I hope you enjoyed this Scanovich Talks episode. I'll be having more of this soon. Make sure to stay tuned. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to be notified of further General James Scanovich uploads. If you have any suggestions on what I do with either the quality, or maybe I said something wrong about their factions or roles, be sure to leave it in the comment section below. Anyway, that's all for this video. Stay safe, make sure you stay indoors, don't forget to wear a mask, and yeah, make sure you have a good time. And that's all for this video. General James signing out.